So, hi Evie.
Hi, Emma.
Um, so you are I had to look this up actually, customer success manager, because I know you guys have fancy titles there at Goodlord.
Exactly, we do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So tell me a little bit about your what you do at Goodlord and what Goodlord's all about.
Okay. Should I
Yeah.
start off with Goodlord as a whole, first of all? So,
Yeah, that'd be good.
Goodlord is I say like letting software. So in which we take a lot of the pre-tenancy process, so off your agency's side, essentially. So we'll be doing the referencing checks, we'll send out documents for signing, we'll do the email addresses, take all that, probably things that were before quite time consuming, off your hands as much as possible.
Very much so.
And then my role is to just essentially ensure that you guys are very much happy with the platform on a day-to-day basis, just to see if there's any additional training that is needed, any additional support as well. We book in, I think it's maybe like monthly meetings or so, just to ensure that everything's okay. And if obviously if you've got any feedback at all with regards to things you want to be implemented or any new ideas, then we take that on board quite a lot and then try and get that out into
Yeah.
the whole Goodlord system and updated when we can.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it very much in a nutshell, I'd say, like
Yeah.
very summarized as much as
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that we probably don't even know about as well to keep things running. But
Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
it's a great. I mean, it's a great platform, and I mean, you're so right about the time saving. It's it just revolutionised the way we were doing things for sure. Going from paper. I mean, what's a paper file anymore? I've not touched a paper file in
Exactly. What is paper?
years almost. I know. Yeah, it's crazy. So it's definitely the way forward. Definitely the way forward.
Mm.
Um, Obviously, one of the biggest parts of Goodlord is obviously the referencing side of things, isn't it, as well? So,
Mhm.
I mean, from an insider's perspective, from your perspective, what good referencing, bad referencing, average referencing, can tell me your take on where Goodlord sits in that.
Wow, what a question.
Yeah, I know.
So I would say, especially within the current climate, with everything going on, the importance of a reference, I think, is just so much more important than it ever was before.
Definitely.
Mainly because there's people that are being potentially made redundant, and just that are especially on furlough as well. So just with regards to like our referencing, we also inform agencies if somebody is on furlough. So we do those checks and ensure that they will be going back to work once it does end, and that there is an end date in place.
Yeah.
But with regards to what a lot of the things we do as well, like potentially like even like differently, or just some things that I think that we are quite proud of, is like a lot of the systems that we have in place and different partnerships we do with our references process. So for tenants, for a bit of an overview as well, it's a lot of it's essentially a hands-off experience for, I think, your perspective, for the tenant's perspective. And what they've got to do is they get sent a link, set up their web form, and then they can even log back into their platform, upload more information, have more updates as they go along. Similar to you guys, you get instant updates as soon as we do on. It will be on your own portal. You can monitor what checks have been done. But from the tenant's perspective, it's quite a lot easy. We've got systems in place such as ID, for example. We do a two-factor verification check. So what that means is, instead of just doing a normal ID check where we'll just check to see if it is a correct passport, we'll ask them to take a picture of themselves. And what that will do is that will match their face with the picture they've uploaded to ensure that they're saying who they say they are, essentially.
Yep.
So it's not just a passport they picked up, it is something that we're just checking. And especially, as I said, within the current climate, it's quite difficult with, you don't necessarily know who you're dealing with. You may not be seeing people as much as you did beforehand. Or even when you do see them, they might have a mask on because you can't see like exactly who they are. So we've just really tightened down everything to do with fraudulent checks. So we really want to ensure that whoever we're checking on the platform is who they say they are, so that you feel comfortable with whoever's going into that property. And also, what I said with regards to furlough as well, like we're just ensuring that the applicant is the correct one going in at that time, and also they can meet full affordability when they are going into the property itself.
Yeah.
One of the things as well that we do is open banking checks. So that's with just income. Again, on that note, is actually they don't have to upload. They actually get the option with this. So it's an opt-in and opt-out system. So they can opt into open banking, which means that what we would do is we would do a full overview of their bank statements, and then we would just monitor what is coming in on a regular basis, if it's their income, if it's potentially savings or even benefits. So then again, all the tenant's got to do is click OK, sync it up with their bank account, and then it's all sorted for them. So
fantastic.
Just an easy process all around for those involved.
Oh, definitely. Because it's, I have to say, I've been through many referencing companies, and Goodlord does seem to be one of the more thorough referencing checking systems in place, and the simplest as well, because of the app and the way that tenants can interact with Goodlord. It's very user friendly, and the speed in which they come back as well is also that speeds up that whole process, because it's so interactive and web based.
Exactly.
But it's, and landlords are always asking at the moment, how can I be, how do I know who these tenants are, or how do I know they can afford it? What there's all these what ifs going around in people's minds.
100%.
And this, the referencing platform really does clarify a lot of those points for landlords. So
exactly.
Thank you
and
for
I was just going to say on that note as well, we're currently, obviously, as I said before, trying to improve. So we do every month or so we do checks on our criteria, just to ensure that it is up to date with everything, with especially like legislation's going on in the background, and also with furlough we need to ensure that we're still in line, and obviously just to ensure that within the industry itself, and not just the wider what's going on, just specifically to see if we're still in line with everything else going on.
Definitely, and that again is so important, because like you say, legislation's always changing, and if you're not with the times, you're so last year. But no, it's really, 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 really good. So thank you for giving an explanation on that.
I could talk for hours on it.
And I'm sure we could, but people probably be turned off by now, I imagine.
So true.
So let's talk about another aspect of Goodlord, because it's so all-encompassing. It literally is a one-stop shop. It's amazing. There's something called the switch service.